2022 was the toughest year of my life, hands down. One of the things that made it as tough as it was the fact that I was just lost in life. I did not know what to do with myself. In school, there were usually two types of people. One is they ace everything. They're amazing in academics, whatever. Any exam, they will be the toppers in class. On the other hand, you have some kids who are not good in academics. They just get through, but they're usually good in something else. They're good in sports or something like that, and they just about sneak through. They'll get like a C or a D, and like they'll be good enough, but not best in academics. But they'll just push through. In my case, I was neither of them. I was extremely bad at academics to the point where I could study really hard. I would study really hard and get an E, or at best a D grade. And to top that off, I had no special talent. I wasn't good in football. I wasn't good at running. I was just, I was just there. Like I just existed. I wasn't good in anything. I didn't specialize in anything like some other kids did. I was just, I felt very stuck at this point in my life. And I remember back home, there'd be a roof, and I would go right up there, and I would sit alone in the dark, and I would literally sometimes cry because I struggle to picture myself living an average life in the future. Like, I thought I was gone, there's nothing for me, there's nothing I could see myself excelling in. I've always believed that, in life, I keep saying in life, but I believe that every one of us put onto this planet has a purpose to fulfill. It's like we have something that we must accomplish, a little job that God has put us on this planet for in order to get done. And unfortunately, until 2022, I hadn't found that. Like, I didn't know what it was. I used to even, question God, like, I would just be sitting on my own, thinking, like, why? Like, why? Like, why am I so freaking useless? Why am I good at nothing? Like, and looking back, that feeling of not knowing what I'm good at, what I could possibly do to, have something going for me in life was a big reason why I was mentally really suffering in 2022. But honestly, that all changed in 2023 last year. Like, last year was probably the most important, and maybe not the most important, but a very important year for me. It changed a lot for me. I remember, I would go on walks every evening, and I still do, but I would remember going on walks, and I put my headphones on, listen to music, and this may sound like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. I would genuinely feel very, very just grateful and thankful for things. I would get DMs of people saying, basically talking about how much of a role I have played in actually inspiring them to be a better version of themselves. And being a 17, 18-year-old, just creating videos on my phone, I couldn't picture myself doing that. I was like, damn, like what? And especially with not much of a following, to listen to people saying that, it was a, yeah. In school, I was never recognized by anyone. I was just that kid that just existed. I was always looked at as, just another kid. Like, there wasn't nothing special about me. No one really valued me much. No one believed I could do anything, and honestly, I don't blame them for that. Like, I myself didn't know what I was good at. And I was kind of a pushover, if that makes sense. And from being that kind of a person to now being actually able to help people, make them feel, inspire them to make, like, be better version of themselves, is it's a unimaginable thing. And obviously, these few comments that I'm speaking about, that people really value my videos, obviously I one day hope to, turn them into hundreds of comments, thousands of comments. And I know it'll happen. It'll happen. I'll make it happen. The reason I'm making this video is because I know that, it's kind of a video that I would have wished I could watch when I was in 2022, going through what I was. Sometimes you feel lost. You feel like you don't know what's going on for you. You see everyone, racing through life, have everything going for them. And, everyone's path is so clear. Okay, they're going to, study, they're going to do something in sports, and then you look at your life and you're like, what am I doing with myself? And I know it feels like, there's nothing going for you, but I promise things will change. There is a time for everything. My mom will always tell me, there's a time for everything. There's a time for you, that your time will come too. But, at the same time, mistake I made was just sitting and wondering and, just hoping things would change. And you can't just wait and expect things to happen like I did at one point in my life. You have to actually take a step forward. You can't sit and cry and feel bad for yourself. You have to pick yourself up. No one is going to, come and save you. It all stems from you. And honestly, it all starts with improving yourself. Both of us know that, there's so much you could do in your life to actually better your life. So many habits, we don't have to go over it. This is not a video on 10 habits to improve yourself. But you know what you could do to better yourself. And you might be thinking, how is you gonna, how, if I, for example, if I start improving myself, how is that gonna make my life better? How is that gonna make my path more clear in life? And you may wonder that, but it will happen. When I first got onto self-improvement, I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I didn't know I wanted to do YouTube. I didn't know, I wanted to, start a business. I didn't know any of this. I just started self-improvement. I just did the good habits, filled my day from morning till night with good habits, meditating, reading, just learning and doing the best that I can do, until eventually I found out what was actually right for me. Spiritually, physically, mentally, and socially. If you are healthy in all these four aspects of life, you are not going to have much of an issue finding or knowing what you actually want to do in life. That won't even be a thought in your head. It'll be so clear to you. But you are clearly not healthy in these things, and I wasn't healthy in these things before, and so I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. Go lift some weights, build a better body, eat a better diet, get your mental health to be in a better space. And you might be, see, this is the problem. Most people will listen to this and just ignore the advice that I'm giving you, but why don't you actually try it out? Most people don't understand that their mental health is messed up to bits. And I want to say 99% of anyone's issues will be solved the moment your mental health is in a good space. And you may have been in a rough patch for years, months, years on end, but it won't take more than 2 weeks of doing the basic right habits to feel good again, to feel like, okay, life is good again. Trust me. 2 weeks of doing the right things can freaking get rid of 2 years of doing the wrong things and feeling like crap. So my basic advice is to, get yourself to be a better person, bro. Stop, going through life not doing anything. You actually have to improve yourself in order to understand, or for some sign to be like, okay, this is what I want to be in life. And if you want that feeling, you have to first improve yourself. You have to first get yourself to a healthy state. And as of now, if you can relate to whatever I said in the beginning of the video, you're not healthy. You might think you're healthy, and even if you may be healthy in one aspect of life, you're not going to be healthy in another aspect of life. For example, in 2022, I used to hit the gym. I used to hit, I would eat properly, but mentally I had nothing going for me. Socially, I was still, and spiritually, no. So get yourself to be a better person, and I promise you, your path in life of what is your direction will be so much more clear and so much more visible to you. So